Mr. Burlison, recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Baker, you didn't mention my district, so I'll say Southwest Missouri, there are 315 miles of track that's owned or operated by short line and regional rail. And you emphasized in your testimony that these are small businesses. I mean, it's thrown out as big corporations, but no, these are small businesses. And I think small businesses are the backbone of the American economy and vital to every state, including the state of Missouri. That being said, what if you had to rank in order the most egregious, the most burdensome, and ridiculous regulations that your industry faces? What are the top three?
Well, first of all, I apologize for not mentioning your district. I would have loved to, but I've found Congress is very strict about the 5-minute.
Hey, you're welcome to come to Southwest Missouri. It's beautiful.
I will happily accept that invitation. I would love to join. Maybe combine it with a visit to the chairman's district also.
Sounds good.
The most egregious. I will say on one, which is really more kind of red tape than a regulation, but on the Christie grants, when they come, there are recipients of the grants who just ask for permission to use pre-award authority. That is basically to spend their own money at risk before the grant gets finalized, just so they can get things going, buy materials, for instance, hire engineers, hire contractors, start the work, and it is very difficult to even get authority for pre-award approval from the FRA. For the life of me, I cannot figure out why that is anything other than an easy yes, almost instantaneously. That's one. Dispatcher certifications, dispatcher and signalman certifications is a new rule that is coming that I believe is a textbook example of solving a problem that just doesn't exist. There's no data, no reason to believe that we had dispatchers or signalmen who are untrained or undertrained or causing accidents because of a lack of training. We find the certifications to be...
I mean, at the end of the day, you're employing these individuals, and if they're not doing a good job or they're not safe, then they're not going to have that job. Right?
That's right, and there's perfect alignment of incentives. It's not like there's some world where we wouldn't want our own employees to be trained to do the job.
Anybody that understands licensure laws and certification laws understands it's all about reducing the number of people that are eligible to work, right? And so you can drive up labor costs. This is what happens in the healthcare system. Every work labor-related industry that wants to impose government certification requirements is just about reducing the labor pool.
Yes.
I wanted to ask, I believe Mr. Jeffries, in your testimony, you highlighted the importance of Congress to oppose policies that harm the railroad's ability to operate safely and efficiently, such as requiring a 2-person crew in freight locomotive cabs, which there's been zero quantitative evidence that a 2-person crew would mandate actually enhance safety. So could you highlight what is the impact and the effect in the industry that this 2-person rule has?
So as I mentioned at the outset, locking in current operating practice in perpetuity, in our view, is never a good idea in industries that continue to evolve, whether it's the rail industry or any other industry. And your point is spot on. There's absolutely no data to show that regulation advances safety. In 2016, the Obama administration, in its preamble to the NPRM it put out, acknowledged it much. In 2019, when the Trump administration withdrew it, they acknowledged as much. 2020, on the campaign trail, President Biden made a campaign promise that he was going to put the rule back out. He did. Still a lack of data. Technology has only continued to advance. PTC has only continued to advance. Our view is that, look, train consist has always been a matter for collective bargaining between us and our employees. That's where it should be. There's no data to support another outcome, and we think locking in current operating practice is counterintuitive to the continued progress of the industry, especially when one of the core priorities identified by our employees is establishing more of a work-life balance. And when we can create a scenario when an employee works a scheduled shift, goes home to bed in their home every night, then we believe there's opportunities to continue to have that conversation with our unions to see if there are agreements that can be met in certain situations.
Thank you. My time has expired.